bro, I done had fans, like real supporters, spent $10,000 themselves. I ain't gonna lie, like me streaming, I just raised $50,000 for my album, right?
I saw that, man.
I feel like I found a cheat code.
What is that?
I'm signed to the people.
We have Elijah the Boy here on the official No Validation podcast. Second guest ever. I want to do this only with people who are actually building shit and doing shit. I know a lot of people feel like they have a lot to say, so I only want to bring people on here who are building something. And this man right here is showing it for the last 10 years, right?
Yeah, I've been doing it for about 10 years. But I figured out, it was a whole process to get here, you know what I'm saying? So it's been growing, it's been getting, I'm still figuring it out, but I'm continuously trying. That's kind of what I keep promoting to people. Like, as long as you trying, you in the right direction, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you're building, I mean, O&I, right?
Yeah, O&I. Outside is never inside. I started my label 2019, and at first, really, I started it because I felt like an outsider in the industry, you know what I'm saying? And I felt like I always felt like that. Like, growing up and everything, I felt like the way I would think and the way I would do things, it was, like, not really the cool aesthetic, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I think for me, I was like, you know what? I'm going to figure out how to, if they're not going to pay attention to me, I'm going to body it on the outside to the point that they can't ignore me. So that was kind of the thing for the brand.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, you say it wasn't the cool aesthetic. What do you mean by that? Because to me, I'm going to be honest, and this is me giving you your flowers at the beginning, bro. Yeah. You actually inspired me to start putting music up because I was doing music. When you met me, when you did that performance for South by Southwest. No, it was after the pandemic because I remember we were playing Warzone.
Oh, yeah, it was after. It had to be like 2021 or something like that. Yeah.
And I was doing music. I started making music 2020, but you were actually doing it. And I'm like, this guy is a beast.
Thank you.
And he is now doing South by Southwest. And it was some like NFT group that brought you. That's at peak. I'm telling you, it was peak NFT season. And he went out, he got paid to do a performance. And you motivated me to start pushing it out. So you were already cool to me. So when you say something like, oh, it wasn't the cool aesthetic, what do you mean by that? Like,
so for me personally, I think the music industry, what I've learned as I got to this point, a lot of things that they promote to be like, quote unquote, cool or wavy, as an independent artist, low key is meant to keep you broke, in my personal opinion, right? So for example, like a lot of the things they say, you got to look the part, you got to look like you rich, you got to look off rip, you got to look cool, you got to look all these things. What I learned getting to this point, as an independent artist, none of that matters except you. You are the brand. But you go on buying certain things, buying outfits, expensive stuff, paying for placements on certain things, doing certain things that it felt like that wasn't the cool thing. That you had to do that because that's what people paid attention to.
Yeah.
But what I learned along the way is that you are tricking your audience into not supporting you because they're going to think you already have it. Like the fake it till you make it mentality is low key going to, as an independent artist. Now, if you want to do the industry and they got a budget for you to look a certain way, you might be in debt with the industry, with the label, but you trying to go that route. But as an independent artist, you need people to support you and buy into your brand, whether that's merch, shows, whatever you're doing. But if I come off first song looking like I'm having it, looking like chains, all that.
Like, oh, he don't need it.
He like, oh, he on already. Why am I'm working a 9-to-5 job. I'm working some shit that doesn't really pay me and I'm going to give him money. I'm going to buy his, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So I feel like everything that they teach you, it's actually backwards. You want to be vulnerable. You want to show them the process because that's going to inspire them to cheer you on, to keep you going. That's what I had to learn. And I know that to you, it might came off as cool, but in the music industry, I'm telling you, like, it don't come off. When you are overly trying to the music industry, it's like, nah, you gotta have some mystique to you.
Yeah,
you gotta have some sort of like, people gotta feel like they gotta be curious about you. They gotta almost gotta act like you are not as into it as you are. But to me, that didn't work with my brand.
Yeah.
What works with my brand is continuously trying and putting myself out there, almost be annoying as fuck, to be honest.
Right. I respect that.
Like, that's how my brand works. Like, you gonna see me whether you like it or not. Yeah, I'm going to be on your gram whether you like it or not. You're going to scroll and see this face whether you like it or not. That's what worked for me.
And here's a funny thing. You were actually early because now the streamers are reaping that reward where they're so accessible, so constant in the feed. They'll stream from their bedrooms, and now they're the winners. Like right now, the pop stars are Kai Cenat, Speed. Drake just did a stream yesterday for State or 2 days ago for State. And he's going into that angle more too. And now you're going into the streaming play.
Mm-hmm. I think I've been going to stream play for like a year now. But the thing that started my streaming journey, I fell into it by accident.
Really?
Yes, because I used to go live on TikTok, but I didn't know nothing about it. Like I went on live to promote my song. So I was like, yo, guys, I got a new song. It was when I dropped Red Light. I was like, yo, let me promote Red Light, right? And I remember I was with you before I dropped that shit.
Yeah.
And you was like, yo, this is gonna go crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did that, and I had went live, and I guess one of my supporters was like, oh, they were like, Elijah, have you ever got a universe? And I didn't know what a universe. I mean, a TikTok uni. Yeah, it's called a uni. They were like, have you ever got one of those? I was like, nah. And then they commented, and they were like, yo, bro, just keep going. And a huge animation popped up on my screen, and I didn't know what that was. I Googled it right there on stream. Because my chat went crazy. They were like, oh my God, you just got that? I Googled it. Shit said that gift was $540.
No way. A universe.
Just one.
It's like a gift.
Yeah, it's like it. So I was like, that fell into me. And I was like, wait, if one person could send me this, then I could like really tap into this. But again, to the music side of me, that's not cool. Like, you got to look like you have money already.
Right.
But if you're an independent artist, that's going to keep you broke. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think you fit well into that archetype, though, because it's kind of like Tyler, the Creator's brand also, where you know he has it, but the way he comes off so down to earth kind of and humble, like you almost want to support his Can't Flog Nah or whatever other merch he puts out. But I think for other people, like look at Gunna. Gunna's whole aesthetic is now luxurious.
But I think also he had the label aesthetic first. So like, for example, I'm speaking purely from an independent artist standpoint. You don't have an investor. You don't have a label pouring money into you. All you have is your art and your fan base. How can you I'm in that type of business. How you get the most out of your fan base? Because you got to think about it. Streaming changed my whole mindset on music, right? Because it made me realize that followers don't matter. What matters is diehard community, and how are you captivating and capturing that community and bringing them along for the journey and literally just grabbing them and be like, oh, you are a true supporter? Let me give more to you. You know what I'm saying? Which the music industry teaches you the opposite. They're like, you got to be cool. You got to be mysterious, right? But no, I think it's the opposite. Don't treat your diehard supporters like fans. Treat them like family. And they will give more to you. And they will be a part of your journey for real. They'll champion you for real. I think that is a game changer because you don't need your entire following to be that. Bro, I ain't gonna lie, like me streaming, I just raised $50,000 for my album, right? I
saw that, man. Good shit, congrats.
It was like 53,000, right? That wasn't my entire following. That probably was 150 people.
That accumulated to the 50K to fund the project.
So you gotta think
what's the math on that? That's about 4K a person, 3K a person, if that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So like that shifted my mindset.
No, less than that. About 300 a person, my bad.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But that's still not, and it might have been less than 150 people, to be honest. But I think that shifts the mindset of I don't need my entire following to pay attention to what I'm doing, because there's going to be a lot of reasons why people follow you. They're going to follow you because of how you look. They're going to follow you because they're haters and they're going to just want to stick around just to see you when you're going to post some shit like I'm quitting. They'll follow you and they'll keep up with you just for that one post to come. Yeah. They'll follow you for many reasons. Find the people that follow you for you and love you. And build you can literally build a whole ecosystem where you're thriving, bro.
So three ways people are going to watch your shit. They like you, they want to be like you, or they envy you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so you're just focused on people who like you.
Yeah, posting people who like me and like what I do. And once you gather that, I literally had a conversation with one of my boys yesterday where I told him, I was like, bro, never make what you do, like let's say music, right? Never make that your whole identity, because you're not going to do music forever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you're not going to do that thing forever.
Yeah.
But what are you going to be forever? You. So make you the brand overall. That's why I'm tapping into the vlogs, the streaming, the letting people into my personality, letting people to do certain things, because that I'm always going to be me. So as long as y'all tapped into me and who I am, I can shift where I lead y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like look now, I mean, behind the scenes, you guys didn't see this, but he's actually here with the camera guy, messing with the camera. He knows the settings and all these words that only like camera people know. Now this is like a thing you're into now over the last 2 years, right?
Yeah, bro. I spent like, I ain't gonna lie, I spent like $40,000 on camera equipment.
Damn.
Myself. Yeah.
I want to talk about that because I feel like we have two different philosophies on this. See, my whole thing is I'll delegate as much as I could, but you're the opposite. You're like, if I can learn it and do it myself, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, I mean, I want to get into the delegation and shit like that, but for me personally, I like being able to know what's going on. So like for me personally, I like to learn a little bit of everything.
Okay.
The reason I even got into cameras is because I didn't want to be dependent
on somebody.
Because we live in a media-based world. Like, I personally believe no business will thrive without content. Like, social media is not even social no more. It's just about media.
Interest media.
Yeah. That's all it's about.
Yeah.
So for me personally, once I already knew that shift, I personally feel like, and I don't know if you could vouch for this, the way people market their music now, I was one of the first to like sing your song, add the lyrics, like
I've copied your style.
That's what I'm saying. I was one of the first people to do that, and I was the one getting flack for it. Like people like, you're annoying. You're posting the same song every da-da-da. Now there's podcasts where they're telling you that's the whole method.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And here's the thing, bro. There's no such thing as cringe. Like cringe, if you really think what cringe is, it's just the perceiver, the person who's watching this, feeling a type of way about something that you're doing.
Yeah.
But they don't know any better. That's just how they were raised because maybe mom one day told them, hey, don't make too much noise or don't be so loud. So they see you putting yourself out there and that makes them feel a certain way. They feel the cringe. You're not feeling no cringe.
No, bro, you can't give a fuck. I tell you, I give you a story. I had went viral for a video of me rapping in a grocery store.
I seen that, yeah. The supermarket.
That shit did like...
That was Billie Eilish, wasn't it?
No, that one was... it was a Jack Harlow remix.
Okay.
The Billie Eilish one went stupid too, though. Yeah. But that one, I'm going to tell you the behind the stories scene of that. Bro, I was in the grocery store. I was sick. And I was like, yo, let me go get soup ingredients. And I was like, fuck it, I'm going to bring my camera. That's the beauty of owning your own shit. You can just bring it.
In the supermarket.
In the supermarket. Bro, I had my girl holding the fucking tripod. Like the fucking gimbal. And I'm shooting it back and forth. People are like trying to grab their fucking meat to cook and me being annoying as fuck. You know what I'm saying? And they're looking at me like, who the fuck is this guy? You know what I'm saying? But I'll tell you this. It went viral, right? It went crazy viral. And somebody that was looking at me cringe, when they saw it go viral, they commented like, oh shit, I saw you film this.
That's crazy.
It turned because they saw the numbers. That's my whole point. It's cringe until it works. And I was just telling my mans this yesterday. People think about you for like 5 seconds, then they forget about you because everybody's living life through their own perspective. Like they are the main character. When I leave here, I'm gonna think about me. When you leave here, you're gonna think about you. You're not gonna think about
anything else.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And the people who do what they want are normally the successful ones. And people say that all the time. Like, bro, I tell people this all the time. If you hear everybody that is successful, they all say the same thing. It's just people want the shortcut or they want to hear something else. Okay, how did you make it happen? And you'd be like, I just never gave up. I failed so many times until I won, right? That's the true, but they're like, oh, yeah. But what else did you do? It's like working out.
No
how did you
sauce.
lose weight? You ate good and you went to the gym. You ate good, went to the gym. That's the only way. But then they still sell like fitness trainers and shit like that because they know people think that there's another method. There's not another method, bro. Just keep trying until you win.
That's it. Yeah.
That's it.
The person who made it is just the person who tried one extra time.
Exactly.
He didn't quit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's valid. That's why I started the whole no validation movement because I want to go back to something you said, where you said you build a community around you, something that you like. Mm-hmm. I feel like, don't you have to give them something though beyond you, like a common purpose that ties everybody together?
Yeah, and I think that I do something well that I didn't realize I was doing. Like, I've been, like, for example, when you get into this, like, creative space and you get into social media, you don't realize that you're marketing yourself. Yeah. You don't realize that you're, like all the things that these labels are getting, like, paying people to do, you're doing it, but it don't feel like it's on that type of level because people downplay it in the beginning, right? But it's like, bro, when you first come out this gate, you're marketing stuff. You're teaching people how to support you. I didn't realize that early on, me being so on top of it and posting and being in people's faces, I was teaching people to support me and spend money with me and believe in a movement. I didn't know I was doing that until I got deeper in it and people started telling me like, yo, you're so relentless. Or the same thing you told me. You was like, bro, like I thought that what you was doing was so cool. You don't know that you're doing that. You're just kind of like in it. You know what I'm saying? And what I realize is that one thing that I do well that I think it's just part of my personality is I give people something to believe in. Like I'm like the underdog that's low-key making it happen because my journey has been online since the beginning. I went viral in 2016 when I was fucking 20.
A freestyle in your room, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It
that's
was
what
like
I'm
a challenge,
saying.
yeah.
So it's like they saw that. Then they saw me fucking sell out shows. Then they saw me get the rollie. They saw me get the da-da-da. They saw it all. So they're like, bro, they know that my process, there was no like hand-given thing to me. It was like, nah, he grinded. He's still trying. I had a conversation with somebody the other day where they were like, yo, you come off like you, like, I guess to them, it was different. Like, you know how you read it as, bro, you still going? They read it as...
You made it?
No, they read it as like, yo, you made it already. Like, you already having it.
I mean...
Well, why are you coming off like you still trying? And I was like, that's part of my brand, bro. I'm always going to come off like I'm trying. That's...
Like an outsider. You're still the outsider.
That's the brand. You know what I'm saying? Like being an outsider, being a person that felt like they didn't belong. Even if I look different now and I look like I belong, I still present it like, bro, I still felt like y'all. Like I felt like I didn't get my shot. Like I had to overly prove myself. Like I had to beat the door down.
I mean, but let's talk about that because you've had label meetings. You've talked about that. And I remember at one point I met a guy who was like your manager. I don't know, do you still have?
No, I'm
his name.
solo. I'm solo now.
Yeah, but you had a guy that was trying to fund you and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, I realized, me personally, like what I realized about it, when I feel like I found a cheat code.
Really?
Yeah.
What is that?
I'm signed to the people. I feel like
to the people.
I feel like I'm signed to the people. Like I feel like I found a cheat code because I can go and make, I want to drop an album and be on stream with my fans and get 50,000. That wasn't the only thing they were doing, bro. Like I was doing things where I was like, yo, I want to shoot a music video. I need to rent this place out. They were like, they believed in the music so much. They were like, we'll do it. So it almost feels like my people, I'm signed to the people, like they locked in, they a part of it. And they're like, yo, whatever we do to make this grow, we're going to do it. And it, like I said, it might seem like the unsexy thing to do. Like, oh, bro, you're supposed to come off like you're bagging out cars and you popping it. I said, all right, if I listen to you, I'm going to stay broke, bro. So if y'all could do it y'all way, this way works for me. And I'm doing it with the people that value me. I think what I learned along the way, I'll tell you a story, right? Not to but there was a time in 2020, right? I'll tell you this. In 2020, I had went viral for a song called Send 'Em Up. It was like a drill song, right? And drill was like the movement at the time.
That's the video you filmed like outside of a grocery store in the Bronx, wasn't it?
Yeah, in Hunts Point, where I'm from. And it went viral. It was all over the radio. I was on Rap Caviar. The song was everywhere. It was booming. It was all in the clubs, everything, right? But this is what switched my mindset, and it's also like the same epiphany I had with streaming. I ended up doing a show in New York, and I realized when I did the show, the people that bought tickets and came and bought the meet and greet weren't the people that were in the clubs, and then those people were only like quote unquote on my dick because they saw, oh, he's on the radio, oh, every DJ's playing him, oh, all the girls are posting him, boom. But those aren't the type of people that support you. Those are the type of people that are only with you when they see you up. So when I came to the show, it was the supporters that came that liked me for me, that were with me since 10 Toes, with me since all this stuff. And they wanted me to sing the songs that they loved. They didn't care about Send 'Em Up. That shit switched my mindset. That was like, fuck catering to what's cool. Like, yeah, to the common viewer seeing me pop bottles in the club and the radio, and they like, oh, he emotion, but it's attracting. It's meant to keep you broke.
And here's the thing, I want to add to that because I'm a marketer, so I look at things as like a funnel, right? So everybody you're talking about right now that's at the clubs and they're on your dick, that's the top of funnel. They know who you are. They discovered you already. Now, the way I see it is it's our job as the artist to move them down towards the funnel. Because the people you are so hyper-focused on is the bottom of the funnel people who are spending money. You converted them already. From a discover into, in the middle, they're probably following you now. And then at the bottom, they're buying tickets, they're buying merch, right? How would you say, if you had to think about the people who are at the top, you still want to grow your fan base realistically, right?
Yeah, but that's why I think I do a little, I give them a little bit of both. The remixes and doing the viral stuff and doing all that stuff, that attracts the top of the funnel. Right?
Yeah.
Now, me buying them into my personality and who I am is going to convert them. Me showing them my lifestyle, me showing them who I am as a person, me showing them vulnerability, all that stuff. They're going to be like, damn, I like this music, but I actually like him. I think the job is to reel them in. And then it's like when you get somebody to walk into a store, like they tell you, like, make sure you smile at every person. Make sure you're nice to every person. That where if you're more likely of a chance to get a sale if you build a connection with the person in the store. So the flooding the content and shit like that to hit the FYP, that's inviting them into the store.
Sure.
For me.
And then the hard part is getting them to buy.
And that's the emotional content. I tell people all the time, like the video I did where, this is a video of me when I was a kid and showing them my story. Even the skincare shit that I did, being vulnerable with my skin and showing them like, yo, those type of videos are like, bro, I like this guy as a person. That buys them and converts them into wanting to actual support and spend money and be a part of your movement. But all the music content and stuff like that and like the remix stuff, that's how I reel them in personally.
Sure. And that works good for you. And even before that, like one thing you said is, the song was blowing up. The music still has to be good.
Yeah,
100%.
100%. 100%.
And you have that advantage. And a lot of your fan base are women, right?
Yeah, 100. My like 77% women, and then like
which is crazy. Can I tell you a story? I remember when you dropped First Summer Without You, I bumped that shit. SLV is my shit on that. And my girl at the time, she hated it. She was like, "Oh my God, SLV." Yeah,
but I know why.
Yeah, because it came off as like misogynistic, and I'm like, baby, but you know she came to your show with me. I'm like, you saw his audience. It was like 60% women, 70% women. So the girl still supported, even though there might be a side that might perceive it as misogynistic or certain. How
but
does
this
that?
I think that girls they pick and choose with that, because just like every song is that I was catering to heartbreak, I wasn't necessarily catering to a gender though. Like I wasn't like, just like when in Over You, when or when I was like basically calling out a girl for being doing stuff like that. Guys could be hoes too, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think sometimes, because I do get those comments, and I think sometimes girls don't realize, like, all you got to do is change the her to him, and can relate as well. I'm not, there's song, I had a comment the other day where I guess, like, the song I got called I Might Be, sometimes it rubs girls the wrong way because of the voice note.
Yeah.
But I tell them all the time, I'm like, bro, this is not I'm a straight man, so I'm talking about my experiences with women, but like just like girls who make music, they're talking about their experiences with men. It's the same.
Pick up your clothes.
Yeah.
It's Kalani talking about her. But the dudes still bump it.
But I think that comes from a place of fans not doing their due diligence to dive into the catalog. Because I personally think I've given them songs where I'm not downplaying, where I'm shitting on broke men who ain't taking care of business. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'll kind of dive into each side of the coin, because to me, you're going to meet those type of people, and I'm trying to be relatable. That's my overall goal with it. But I understand why. In that moment, I fell into the character of the toxic lover boy. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, and I know that it might came off a certain way, but at that time,
it was what you were going through.
That's what I was, bro. Like, I don't praise that time in my life because it was a dark time for me, but it made for great music, and I was being true to who I was at that moment, which was everything I was saying in that album, I was genuinely doing. So it was like, I was just talking about my life at the time. Whether it was good or bad, I was cool with making myself look bad for the art at that time.
Really? Even though the whole album was, she cheated on me.
Yeah, but I think for me,
you weren't the bad guy. She cheated on me, so now I'm toxic because of it.
Yeah, but that's a cycle that I don't think that's gender specific.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
Like, I think all girls
could relate.
Drake just put out a project, and the first song is you know, you're going through a little whole phase. It's the same concept. Like when we go through heartbreak, the process of it is you might be wilding for a little bit until you get older. Then you might be like, all right, that actually doesn't work. Let me just pour into me more. And certain songs were about that. Like No on Sunday wasn't about, oh, like I'm gonna go spend all this money on da-da-da. When I said like all that money wasted on you, I'm gonna spend it all on me. What I was really saying was all that time I invested in you, I'm gonna pour into myself. But I just said in a cool way that can be played in the clubs. It's just
that song was stupid.
Yeah. So it's just
stupid.
It's just like, bro, music is relatable. I think people forget that all the songs we love are inspired by somebody, and on the other side of that, somebody is hurt. Like for example, like all the toxic music that we love toxic music when it's not about us.
Yeah.
You know
well, they say that's why some people, they make the meme like, oh, thank God this artist broke up because now we're gonna finally get that album. It's like the artist has to sacrifice themselves in order to appease the audience.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like at that time, I fell into that. Like I was like, I'm gonna go into this because that's where I was. So I do understand that.
What's the next phase now as part of like now? Because now you're talking about, you said off camera, I'm not gonna say it, but you know, now you have a new lady, 2 years.
Yeah.
So
I mean, this version of me, bro, I'm going into that. I'm more grown now. Like I'm more appreciative of where I am at life, and I feel like for me personally, like I want to get more vulnerable and talk about what that transition is like. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like along this journey, nobody taught me anything. You know what I'm saying? Like I just kept trying till I figured it out. And along the way, I really learned what's actually important. Like,
would you ever say maybe at some point now, I think you're at the point, and you make good money from the music, where you would hire somebody? Because even myself, I paid the reason this podcast came about is because I have a coach, like a mentor, and he's like, yo, start collabing with people and do podcasts with other artists, even find like the security guard for some artists and get him in and just have those type of conversations. And that's when I DM'd you right away that same day. Yeah. So would you say at some point, or maybe you're already at that point, where you would bring on like coaches or mentors in specific?
I personally want to be around. I think for me, being honest, one of my biggest struggles is finding people similar to me. Because, you know, I genuinely believe that iron sharpens iron. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's been a struggle for me specifically, is finding people who are like super creative and super like relentless. I think my biggest thing about me is I think I'm talented, but I think that the biggest advantage I have is my hustle game is crazy. So I feel like I'm trying to find people on that same wavelength, and that's been the hard thing to do, because I really want, like, if I had it my way, bro, me personally, I never wanted to do this alone. Like, I wanted to have people who are like me. I wanted to eat at the table. I want to take the picture with all of us with the roller. Right. I want to do all that stuff. It's just been difficult to find, because life happens for everyone, and sometimes you might see somebody and you might see a version of them that they don't see themselves. Yeah. And you can't force them to be that version. You know what I'm saying? You got to kind of let them play, and you got to let them find their way. And I realized that where I'm at now, I'm done trying to mold people into the version that I see them. Now I'm like, if there's no passion behind what you're doing, I'm like, I don't want to, because a lot of times along the way, when you start trying to bring in your homies and bring in certain things, they feel like they're helping you. But in reality, it's like, we trying to get rich together, gang. Like, you helping yourself too. It's not just about me. You know what I'm saying? And I think that had that. So now when I find people along the way, which I am trying to do, I want to delegate. I don't want to even run my clothing brand. I want somebody to run that. Yeah. I don't want to edit no more. And that's why I got Mickey now, and he's editing and he's doing certain things, because I don't want to do that no more. All I want to do is do music and stream and travel and be on my.
Just think about it this way. This is going back to that whole two sides of the spectrum. If I can delegate the editing and the recording and the video shit, now 100% of my bandwidth can now be focused on just how to make the music better, how to make the streams better. But like, if you're dabbling on, let me learn how to edit, let me learn how to do this, which is cool. If that's your interest, do it. Definitely
I'll be honest, it's not me personally. Like, I'm getting to the point where I only want to focus on things that I'm passionate about. But I'm also the type of person that, like, if it's taking too long to delegate, I'm going to fall into it and get it done.
Sure.
So it's like, that's kind of my personality. So it's like with the camera stuff, I didn't mean to become this like cinematic fucking camera. I was just like,
I had to get it done.
I got to get it done. And I learned it, and I actually
and now you like it.
I really
and
like
bro,
it.
dive into that, because there's a whole, me and Rich travel a lot now. We do 12 cities a month, and we do these marketing events. We met this guy who is on YouTube. How many subs does he have, Rich? Ryan? Like 45K. And his whole thing is just putting like editing packs out there. He makes 50K a month.
Yeah,
on a
bro,
digital
because
product.
followers, I keep telling people, bro, people got to switch. I think somewhere along the way in this internet space, people thought that you needed this is what people did. And I, if there's any advice I give to up and coming artists, focus on building the business early on. Like, I think for me, when I went viral, I was 19 turning 20, right? When I went viral, I was like, once I get the 1 million followers, I'll get $1 million. I know people who got like 30K who are millionaires.
Yeah.
Because they funneled and they learned how to get, for those followers, their 30K followers are really invested in what they're doing. So like, it opened my mind so much. I'm like, bro, like, nah, this follower shit don't matter. It matters about who's actually buying into what you're doing.
So what's next for you? Because you have so many avenues you could tap into, right? Like now you're doing the skincare stuff. Like even me, I'm big on skincare. Down the road, I want to have my own like Pharrell version of skincare brand. What's next for you? Like, are you thinking about putting some stuff out for specific, like maybe video guys or specific, or just artists, or maybe even ladies, like the women?
Yeah, me personally, like I'm trying to like, I want to build a movement around who I am. So like for me personally, like I want to give them the best music I can. Like music isn't like I'm not done with that. You know what I'm saying? So music is always at the forefront of everything. But I'm just I want to start delegating and building up. My goal is to build up the people around me so that I can create this company where it's thriving all around. Like, cause then that's going to create more opportunities. Yeah. And I also just partnering with more people. Like I started realizing like these brand deals that some of these people are getting, I'm like, bro, they don't even got crazy followings. But I think brands are realizing that the following really don't matter. What matters is how well you tell the story. Because like, for example, that video that I did, that shit went crazy for them. And they were like, it's just about how you tell the story and how relatable you can be. So my thing is I'm getting into everything. I want to drop the best album I can. Like for me, this album, when I did on stream, when I finish it, I'm going to do a show, but I'm going to invite the top tippers from who helped that.
I love that.
And I'm going to do a listening party where I bring them. I want to like rent out a Sprinter van, drive around New York City, listening to the album with them. Yeah. Like it's things like that, bro. Like you got to like, most people are like, fuck looking famous, fuck like being like this. Yo, like I do not give a fuck about that. I care about building my brand, taking care of people around me, and creating an ecosystem that I really care about. Like, y'all might be lit over here, but in this section of the world, I'm him. I'm building my own section of the world where I don't gotta do anything I don't want to do. And that's why I say I feel like I got the cheat code, because I was like, now I'm at a point where I don't need the label, bro. Like, I just need I'm signed to the people, bro. Like, I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? And that shit feels so, it feels so empowering, bro. Because it's like you can move when you want to move. You know what I'm saying? You can do what you want to do. Like even like going back to these streamers, you know how probably like the top streamers feel? Because like they just spark a stream and make M's. You know what I'm saying? And they just chilling.
I think for them it started about the money, but maybe now I think like even Kai did the whole streamer university. That's a huge play.
Yeah, I think but that's why I think eventually what it turns into. I think you start off thinking about you,
and then
it turns into how can I leave my mark on the world and how can I help as much people as possible? Because when you start helping more people, low key, it come back to you, bro. Like that's what it's really about. Like I personally believe that the game is to be told, not sold. Like I personally believe that. Like if I don't gatekeep nothing. Like I will tell everybody the complete sauce. Like I'm like, yo, if you do this, there's people I know, artists that I know that are literally doing everything I'm telling them, and they're thanking me like, yo, bro, I didn't even think this was possible. And I was like, that's because you was trained to think a certain way. But if you take control, and that's what I'm about, like take control of your movement, take control of your output. Like if you can't, the cameras are streaming, it allowed me to take control to do things when I want to do. For example, if I record a song right now, I can shoot the video, put it out, edit it all in the same day, get it mixed all in the same day because I figured out how to do all that.
Speed is important in this game.
Exactly.
Especially now, because now with AI, bro, like you don't even have to write the song. No. Sometimes you don't have to even perform the song. I've used Suno just to give me like, okay, I write the lyrics, I put it into Suno, and it'll give me the fucking cadence.
The flow, yeah.
And I'll take it into the studio, and he'll make a new beat to it, and I'll perform it over it. Yeah. And just like you said, in one day. So now it's not even about how good it is. It's also about speed.
Yeah, but I also think that the overall goal to any brand is relatability.
Yeah,
like I think AI and shit like that is cool to get out products and stuff.
But people can't relate to it.
Nah, I think what's gonna happen is there's a reason why iPhone videos go viral all the time. It's because it feels raw, it feels authentic.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So like, to me personally,
I work for a marketing agency, and the best videos when we work with clients is they want this highly produced, expensive camera. And I'm like, no, bro. When people see the ad and it feels like it's an ad, they don't like that. But when it's raw, organic TikTok style, they feel like you're just talking to them, and it's not like you're selling them something.
Or you funnel it all in. Like for example, like if you're telling a story about yourself and it feels personal, but then somewhere along the way you add that, like what you're trying to sell them on, people love, we already know, people love buying. They do. Everyone does. They don't love being sold on something though. So if you can sell someone on something and they don't realize they're being sold on something, then you can get the sale. So like for me, example, when I did this video as me when I was a kid, it was me telling my story, coming from the Bronx, coming from a teen mom, dad passing, all this stuff. And they're just so invested. They're like, yo, I didn't know all this about him. And then at the end, and I was like, the next album I want to do, I want to tell my story. I want to tell all this story in the best album possible. And the ending was bringing them to my Twitch streams. But I had them hooked throughout the longest way because I reeled them in to the story. So
I'm going to pick your brain because this is where we're at right now, right? Because now I have clippers. I have like 2 clippers on my team, and then I have other clippers that we have a clipping campaign. Have you heard of clipping?
Yeah. I have clippers.
You have clippers, yeah.
Yeah, I just turned, but there's the thing. I believe in turning people that are already invested in your streams and in what you do and turning them into workers.
Got it, okay.
Like, for example, like I turned a bunch of my people that I saw were coming into my streams religiously. I'm like, you're already here. You're already. That was I was talking about before. Get people that already are interested in the thing that you want them to do. When you try to get people, like, for example, like my experience, getting one of your homies to film for you or getting one of your homies, if there's no passion behind that, they're just going to bullshit it. And they're going to feel like you owe them something because they're helping. But if you find somebody that's passionate already,
they want to be a part of it.
They don't feel like you're doing a favor, doing you a favor. They feel like they're building
with you.
So that's what I would do with my streaming people. I was like, yeah, you can pay people and get fucking clippers all day, but
is this a transaction to them? The second the money stops,
there's no passion behind it. But if you turn people who are already invested into clippers and into like if these people are coming to my streams every day and I never told them to come, they're just like, I love watching you. Why would they not want to be a clipper and be a part of it and help it grow if they're already there? They're already in the club. It's like, yo, you're already in the club. It's easy to sell you a drink because you already came here.
Damn. I needed to hear that. That wasn't even the question, but I'm glad you told me that because that kind of lit a light bulb in my head. My challenge right now is, Rich brought it up. He's like, okay, we need to send these people somewhere. So for you, you're sending them to the Twitch, right?
I'm sending them to Twitch, but I'm also building up other platforms. Like I'm trying to build up. That's my goal right now. It's just been tough because I'm doing so much shit. But for the most part, you just got to funnel them into a place where you can communicate with them all and talk to them all. Like I talk to my chat religiously, even when I'm not streaming. Like I got group chats with every one of them, and I put them in a group chat. And I'll be talking to them like I just told them I haven't streamed in a couple days, but I told them it's because I'm doing this and this, and I keep up with them. I treat them like friends.
Now this is this is the IG channel, isn't it? Or is it a different group chat?
I create a group chat in IG that I have with them, but I also have like Discords and stuff like that. Yeah. So I try to talk to them and just give them more. I think the overall goal is to give your diehard fans more than everybody else. You need to, like, if they show you a lot of love, I think back then I thought oh, these are fans, I'll just hit them with a thank you. It's like, nah, bro, like, hit them with a thank you. But yo, I appreciate you. You know what? Here's a discount on some merch, or here's da-da-da, because it's like they need to feel appreciated because those people, bro, I done had, like, fans, like real supporters, that in a month on streaming spent 10,000 themselves.
In a month?
In a month.
No way.
I will show
Those
you.
are whales, bro.
I will show you.
Holy shit, I need to see that. 10K in a month. These people gotta be making.
Bro, I'd had somebody spend like 20 bands in a month.
No, I believe, because I watch Twitch streams all the time. I'm big into gaming, or I was, and I would see people on the bigger streamers would get like $1,000, and I know for anybody to gift you that, they have to themselves be making money. So even the people at the top who are making money and they probably run businesses still spend time to support the people that they like.
Yeah, so it's like yeah, bro. Like I didn't even know this when I first got into a streamer. There's a streamer that I knew personally off of content, and I didn't even know he was streaming, but I didn't realize that he was like on the TikTok side. He was like the biggest streamer on the TikTok side.
Really?
And I know for a fact that once I got into it and I knew what everything meant, and I did because you can do the math when you see it.
Yeah.
You start doing it and be like, bro's making like 200 grand a month
off the stream alone.
But he don't even have a lot of followers. That's my point.
Yeah.
Like, that's my whole point, bro. Like, and it's not just about making money, right? It's not. But
it helps.
Bro, you can't.
Bro, your whole lifestyle is funded by this.
Yeah, if you're in survival mode, it's hard to put out as much content or passion or even continue if you're just super in survival mode and you ain't really got no money coming in. You know what I'm saying? So that part is important. It's not the end all be all, and it's not the main point of it, but it's very important. And I try to tell artists and tell people, like, because people don't believe that. They think they need a high ass following and they think they need to be going viral every single day to really see money. And I'm like, it's not about that. It's about how are you building? How are you building this community? How are you interacting with the people that support you? Where are you leading them? Where are you, da-da-da? When you start figuring that aspect, you realize that you could have done this shit a long time ago. You could have been having it from your fan base, but they don't believe it because bro, I tell you a story. I done put my barber onto streaming, and he made one time like 20 bands himself, and he didn't even have a lot of followers.
Just streaming?
On TikTok.
Like just cutting people up on the stream?
No, he was doing it. He was building his fan base. He was live streaming his shop. He was doing shit like that. And he didn't believe it. When he came, he's like, bro, I didn't even know I could do this. I started really believing it when I saw regular people. And they were all regular, but what I mean is like people with no following. Like I'm talking about there's moms and that be with their family that just go on live on stream and they be having it and you don't even know.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's a new world. Like,
all couples content.
Yeah, couple content is like a cheat code. You
low key.
You go viral easily as hell with couples content. But that's the thing. That's what I'm telling people. Like, there's no rules, bro. There's no rules to it anymore.
You just got to be yourself.
You got to be yourself.
But you also got to have some, like you said, the marketing know-how came afterwards. Not everybody has that savviness.
Nah,
some people
to
are
me, it was relentlessness at first. And then I realized, like, okay, there's certain things do have a method. But then there is certain things that are random that just go. Like, some things you can call and some things you can't. But it's just about how many shots you taking, bro. Like, I'm gonna make a bullseye. I'm gonna hit a bullseye, but I might have thrown 1,000 darts, but I'm gonna get that bullseye though.
What does that bullseye look like for you? What is the pinnacle when you said, you know what, this is what everything led to. This is what everything I was pursuing brought me here. What is that moment?
I just feel like when it feels like a shift of energy, like for me personally, like for example, First Summer Without You felt like a moment. It felt like a big thing for me. Like it went #1 on iTunes. It was all this. I had multiple songs on that project going viral. Noah, I Might Be.
Over You was on that too?
Over You was going viral. I had so much. That felt like a movement. I feel like when going viral is cool. But sometimes
it's short-lived.
Yes, it's short-lived. Bro, there's people are
tomorrow the next viral.
Because there's a For You page and there's a scroll, people go next. And that game could be toxic. Like sometimes when you're chasing that viral moment, it can trick you into feeling like you're losing when you post. Because sometimes, bro, like that's the thing about social media. You can be doing everything you need to do. And the thing about music specifically, and I try to tell people this all the time, like when you are living in a world where creativity is like the base of it, sometimes you can show up to work. Like I could show up to that studio. I could sit down. I could write a song. I could put it out and I could still reap no benefit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not up to you what goes or not. it's different from like a regular job. If you show up to work, a paycheck is attached to it.
It's coming, yeah.
It's coming regardless as long as you clock in. With being a creative and being an entrepreneur and being all this stuff, you could clock in and not see no money for months.
Well, that's why I think it's important to put as many shots up. Plant as many seeds as possible.
You have to, bro.
So even now, that shifts my thinking. Like, for example, we're into the same shit. We're into fitness, right? Working out music. Would you say the play would probably be just to stream the whole time, have the IRL? You're at the studio streaming. You're at the gym streaming.
I don't think if I'm being honest, streaming isn't my like end all be all. Like
it's just a means to an end, just a medium that you're using.
think because me personally, bro, the type of guy I am, like I see me eventually like being my goal is to be out the way having it and just like I don't even give a fuck to have like a crazy online presence. I just want to be having it out the way, my family good, all that stuff. Like,
but that's the challenge, because to get to where you want to be, you need that online presence.
Yeah, no, of course, but that's where you have to and I don't have all the answers, right? But I have done a lot. You know what I'm saying? So like that's one thing that I think sometimes I forget to tell myself, because I'm very hard on myself. Like I'll be like, I could do so good. I could have videos do millions, and if I don't do something for 2 days, I'm like, bro, you're falling behind.
Yeah, same. I can't stay still.
Yeah. So, but for me right now, bro, is like I'm trying to get as much out of this as I can and figure out how I'm gonna build other things. And
so you're still figuring that out.
Yeah, bro, I'm always trying.
Interesting. See, I feel like I know what the end goal is, and I'm gonna tell you, I'll be fully transparent about this. My goal is to make it. If I could get to where you're at right now, this is what I would do if I were you. My whole goal would be recruiting. I'll go the Kai Sanat play where I'll find the next Rakai or the next Ray.
No, that's definitely what I want to do. Like, I definitely want to fall into that. It's just, I think since we're like sitting at different ends of the spectrum, like a little bit, I think that
to some degree, in this,
when you're here, bro, it ain't gonna seem like what you think it's gonna seem like. It's still gonna be trial and errors that you're gonna have to figure out. You know what I'm saying? Because we want to find the next version. Because I think an overall goal as a businessman is to clone yourself multiple times.
Literally.
You know what I'm saying? Like once you that's why I think you got to find somebody who's like, all right, everything I learned, I know how to get you there faster because I already learned it all. And now I'm going to teach you there, and then you build those businesses up and stuff like that. But me, bro, it's just easier said than done. It's still a trial and error thing for me, because for me personally, nobody taught me anything about business.
Well, I like your style because it's adapting. It's
adapting. I'm just, bro, I think I was having this conversation with somebody the other day. I kind of did it backwards, right?
How so?
Like, for example, you're doing it in a way that's smart too. Like you're going into it still thinking about the business aspect already, right? But I think it's because you're also going into it a little older than I was, right? Like when you're starting. I think I was just like, how can I be seen? You know what I'm saying? And then I was like, how can I get money? But I didn't realize I was building until like the last like 3-4 years. Then I was like, no, bro, you're a business. I didn't know, like, because like, especially the environment, like coming from the Bronx, my mom, all that stuff, there was nobody to, I didn't have a mentor. You know what I'm saying? I never had a mentor in my life. That's why I believe in like I literally enjoy telling people advice and telling them, like, giving them the sauce. Like, I enjoy that. Like, because I feel like I wish I had that. I didn't have that. So for me personally, it's like I'm still figuring out how to take it to that next level. It's just that I kind of skipped the part of some people, they figure out the business before they start figuring out how to get the money flow. I kind of figured out the money flow, and now I'm like diving into how do I delegate and create this into a bigger thing, because I didn't know. I was just hustling. like I was treating this shit like fuck it, let's grind. You know what I'm saying? And I was blessed enough to have that shit work for me and have that shit like it comes. And I'm glad that it comes off. I want to come off like I'm continuously trying, bro. I don't know how to explain that. Like, I don't want to come off like I got it figured out. And that might be not a good way, but to me, I think that's how I keep my relatability.
It's your brand.
Yeah, I think that's how I keep the outsider brand. And I had to realize that. Like, one thing I used to think, like, with the labels and the label meetings and stuff like that, I used to be like, it used to bother me when I was like getting these label deals and I felt misunderstood in certain things. And I had to realize as I got older, I was like, bro, your brand is being an outsider. So it's like, of course it's going to feel that way to you. Fall more into your brand. Like, that's who you are. And once I started falling more into like, I'm going to be an outsider, I'm going to figure out how to do it with my people and find outsiders that feel like me.
And the irony behind it is that you're an outsider, but really you have your own inside that other people want to get into.
Yeah.
So that's like the irony of it. Like you have your own inside that other people want to be a part of.
I got my own cool kids table.
You know what?
You know what I'm saying?
You have your own what?
I said I got my own cool kids table.
Yeah, exactly. Like you built your own table, bro. That's fire.
Like that's what I'm saying. But that's why I tell people I'm trying to change their mindset into like, bro, there's nothing specifically that's wavy. You can create that. Like there's like with branding and anything, like there were certain things, like even the way we dress down to certain shit that was never cool that somebody brought in the frame and was like, oh, this is actually fire. So anybody can do that. I tell people all the time, the dopest thing you can do is be creative. And I don't know why people don't believe in their dreams. When you go step outside, everything is, you're surrounded by people's successful ideas. Like literally everything.
Bro, everything was somebody's idea.
Yeah, these mics, bro.
Literally, the lights, the podcasting.
Everybody was like, yo, I want to create this. I want to do this. I want to do this. So when you go and you step out into the world and you see a bunch of successful ideas, how can you not think that yours is possible?
Yeah, well, we have the advantage as creators, and not even just creators, but actually performers is the way I like to put it, because there's two types of people in this world. There's the ones who are on the bleachers, and then there's the ones who are in the court. Yeah. We're in the court doing this shit, right? But we're going to reap the rewards, because if you think about it, look at it, a stadium, right? There's 13 seats on the bench for both teams, right? But there's 20,000 on the arena. But who's making all the money?
Yeah.
It's the 1% that are playing it.
Yeah.
So if everybody, no matter what you're doing, I always encourage people. That's why I built the whole no validation thing, because as I talk to people, you realize that their biggest fear is the judgment of somebody else.
Yeah.
Getting validated by their uncle, their cousin who gives a shit what he thinks.
And it never matters.
And it never matters, bro.
Bro, no. I tell people all the time, the biggest, once you fall into your I don't give a fuck mentality, you literally are like, it's the cheat code. Because then you don't care how you look. You don't care what people think. You don't, like, once you really, fall into it. Like, I could be outside filming content, and there could be a shit ton of people watching me, and they could think I'm a dickhead. Mm-hmm. I don't see them. I'm just like, yo, let me get this content out. My Billie Eilish remix
it was
on
downtown,
YouTube,
right? Times Square, was it?
In the front of mad people. People were like looking at me like, who this guy think he is? And that video got 12 million views on YouTube. And total views, like Instagram, everything, that shit got like 200 million. And imagine if I cared about all those people around me. You know what I'm saying? So to me personally, it's just like, is once you master like the art of not giving a fuck, you are putting yourself in a better seat to win.
Yeah, and I think it's an epiphany that doesn't come to a lot of people, but once it comes, it's gonna. Because I used
to. But it's
actually
way. So simple.
Yeah,
like it's actually easy.
It
like
is,
once you hit it, you're like, what the fuck did I care?
Yeah.
Like, but it's like I realized that too. Like because I naturally had that my whole life. Like I'm not gonna say I didn't have insecurities, but I'm saying like I naturally just always like I was posting online I got videos when I was like 13, 12 rapping online on Facebook. So I always didn't care. Like I always was like, and if you look at those videos, I look cringe as fuck. Like, but I never
But you cared. But you cared about your outcome. You just didn't care. You were not gonna let anybody's opinion get in the way of the outcome
That's
you
what
wanted.
I'm saying. Yeah. Like because obviously you
have
need
to
the attention to win.
Yeah.
You gotta care if it goes, you gotta care. Obviously, you got to care somewhat about people's opinions to put stuff online because you want a reaction from the people. Yeah. But what I mean is like, I didn't care how I looked. And so that came natural to me. But the more I get around people and the more, in this space, you start meeting hella people all over the world. You start realizing how much of a struggle that is for a lot of people. Mm-hmm. Like the fear of judgment stops so many people from winning. And it's like, they might have the talent, they might have it, but it's just that. And I tell people all the time, like, talent isn't going to get you there only. Like, there's a lot of talented people singing on a train every day.
Yeah.
Like, could sing like Beyonce, but they're going to stay in that train. Or they might stay. Hard work, to me, beats talent every time. And being relentless and just, like, being fully in it. Like, yo, I'm going to do it. That is the way you're going to win. Like,
I think even beyond that, though, it does require strategy, though. You have to put the hard work, but you need a strategy behind it.
I think strategy comes along the way, and when you're continuously trying. Like, I think strategy comes through trial and error. Like, you have to continuously, like, then you're gonna see what works, and you're like, okay, this works better if I do this. This works better if I do this.
It's all inputs and outputs, though, is the way I see it. Because think of it like shooting a basketball. At first you suck, but you put up 1,000 shots, your form gets better. Then you realize I shoot better from this side. So it's like you're saying, that's money.
Yeah, no, for sure. But I do think that I think if people got to stop caring about the shots that they don't make. I think personally, like, for example, like in sports.
Shots that they don't make. I'm trying to think.
Like for example, like people post and they does bad and then they stop. Because they're caring about that it did bad.
I see what you mean. Okay.
But in a game, bro, like in a basketball game, when they're shooting and they're in the finals and they shot and they missed, they not thinking about the missed shot. They think about how I get the ball back to shoot again. And I think that if you get that mentality of, all right, I just need to get the ball back and I need to shoot again, eventually I'm gonna make one, you're gonna win. Like it's like if I told you that you're like fucking 20 no's away from a yes.
You're going to get to the 20 no's.
You're going to be excited to be told.
How fast can I get to 20 no's?
Yeah, you're going to be like, how fast can I be? I fucking love to be told no right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yes, 15 more to go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I think what stops a lot of people is they don't know. They're thinking about how long it's going to take. And the not knowing how long it's going to take stops people from continuing. And
this is a curse, right? I think we're all cursed because we all think, I'm 30 now. I got to get married. I got to find a girl. I got to have kids. Bro, here's something I always talk about, right? Technology is on our side right now. Like, we're going to live, like, our generation is going to live to be like 100 plus. I believe it. Yeah. Right? We're 30 right now. If we leave, let's just say the math is 100. If you live to be 100 years old, right? And we're 30, bro, we still have 70% of our lives left to live, bro. We have 70%.
Bro, you're on your Gary V shit. Shout out Gary V.
Yeah, you're a baby.
but nah, for real. But I tell people that all the time. But all that age shit was made by the industry, if I'm being honest. Like,
but it's not their fault because realistically, we were living to be 80, like up until 20,
but not about that.
Ago.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, think about it. When do men specifically start really making money and being smart about
35, 40.
That's when
I think Rich Kid told me that it's not until you're 50 that you're at your financial peak.
Yeah, you start wilding, years old, right? Yeah. So when is the age that you're like where money is like a lot to you, like where 10K is like, oh my God, is when you're like a younger kid. Like, so for me, example, if I'm a label, think about it in a business standpoint. If I'm a label, I'm gonna put the narrative out that, we want them to be young as possible. Age matters because at that age, you're more gullible to take certain deals.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like right now, like if a label came to me when I was 14, that kid rapping in that video, and they said, we'll give you 20,000, I would have took that shit. Yeah. Now
sign your life away, probably.
Now I'm like 20,000. Get the fuck out of my face.
Fuck I'm gonna do with that.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I think that it's in their best interest to push that narrative.
From a business. I never thought of it that way. Because what I've also noticed is that it's only a rap thing.
Yeah.
Like if you're a 30-year-old rap, people look at Nipsey like he was old because he was 33.
I'll be honest, it's only a hip-hop thing.
That's only a hip-hop thing.
If you see the Latin guys.
That's what I'm saying.
They're like 45.
Yeah, J Balvin and Nicky Jam, they're like 40.
It's only a hip-hop thing.
Yeah.
And I never understood that. And then I realized, like, I was like, it's like, I look at it like how I look at fucking easy passes. How easier would it be on the human, like on the people to just make easy to make the tolls be paid with Apple Pay? But they're like, nah. Well, why that wouldn't benefit us because people not gonna have their shit. So they're gonna ask to get sent in the mail. They're gonna forget, and then they're gonna have to pay all these fees. It makes more sense for us not to do it because the people are gonna naturally forget to pay these we're gonna charge them these fees, and we're gonna make more money.
Okay,
it's the same concept. Why would we tell the 30-year-old that, yo, you still got time, if when he finally figures it out and he's at a more smarter standpoint and a more financial standpoint, we're going to have to pay him more money because $20K is not going to cut it.
Interesting.
You know? So that's how I look at it.
Why is it only because the country labels operate like UMG has a country division and a Latin division. Why is it only a hip hop thing?
I think
it's a cultural thing. I think it's a cultural thing, especially like, let's be honest, the carriers of culture are black people, right? Yeah. And they determine what's cool. And to a lot of them, right, they haven't got to the point where they can see, yo, like, let's be honest, right? I mean, if you're in the hood, right, your homies live to be 30, 25, you don't see like you have this much life left to live.
Survival mode.
Yeah, you're survival mode.
So like, yeah, I think but I think it's gonna, I personally believe right now it's the best time for artists in my personal opinion. Why? Because you have more control. Now followers, you don't need millions of followers to reach millions of people anymore.
Sure.
Like now, I know people. My mom could go viral tomorrow if she wants to.
She's gone viral.
She's gone viral, exactly.
Yeah.
My little sister has a video with like 30 million views of her cooking.
Fire.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's at a point where you have more control. And I think if people tap more into that, I don't think they realize how much of an advantage that is. Because when I went viral in 2016, bro, it was new. Like nobody knew what this was. Like people were like wowed by followers back then. I feel like now you go to your local gym, there might be a girl working out next to you that got 2 million followers. You don't even know.
You don't even know who she is.
You know what I'm
either.
saying?
Yeah.
But it's because it's more normal to have followers now. But I feel like it's also a beautiful time because it's more control for the independent artists. Like that's why labels are like technically struggling. The only people making money in labels right now are like the artists that were already in that. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Like I personally feel like
the label's always gonna make money though.
No, label, but you didn't see how they fired hella people recently. They fired like 300 people because now there's like marketing, all that stuff. Like the artists are doing their own marketing.
Yeah, well, I saw something online where now the labels are, before they had to find somebody, build them up as an artist, right, and then market them. Now they're waiting for the artists to first develop themselves as the marketer.
Yes, but that's why I'm saying. That's why I keep telling artists, if you focus on if you already developed yourself and you focused on funneling in the diehards, you won't sign that deal. You get what I'm saying? Because now you're like, oh, wait, I can make this money on my own. It might take a little longer, but I'm making all this money and I own 100% of everything I got. That's why I feel like if artists saw that, I'm not saying that, this is why I'll make this statement, because I don't want it to be like labels don't work. They do work. They don't work for a person like me because I'm a person who's so self-sufficient, and I'm a person that's so much, I can do so much that when a label comes along, the only thing they can really give me is money, because everything like, oh, we can do the content for you. I was like, I just told you I spent $40,000 on camera equipment. I'm going to use my fucking cameras. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to use all this stuff. I think it's at a point where if you are a person who does more, and you want more control, then be independent. If you want a team and then you're going to have to give up a lot more. You're going to have to be okay with signing a bad deal at first, because there's so many people that need to get paid now. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And there's so many people doing shit for you, like videos. They're booking studios. They're doing marketing behind it. They're running ads. They're doing all this stuff. That's a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? So the label's putting up a lot more money, so you're not going to get as much percentage.
Well, that's where it becomes the whole play about having 100% of a grape or like 1% of a watermelon. Yeah. Like if UMG came and said, yo, we want to make you the next Bad Bunny or the next Drake, but we got to own 80% of the music. You get 20%. Does that sound appealing to you?
I don't know, because it just depends. Because
I think it should, and I'll tell you why. Because like you said, music is not it's not the whole thing for you. It's not the whole thing for me either. It's just one brand pillar. Mm-hmm. On the other side, there's marketing. There's vlogging or video stuff, traveling, or whatever else. You can just have the music be one pillar and have 5 other ancillary businesses that bring money in.
I can see that it has to make a lot of sense. I'm not super against the label stuff, but I've noticed for me personally, when I started, anytime I stir away from what I know, it goes left. So for me personally, it never turns into what it is going to be. Because I personally think labels now, they're going to sign an artist, and the first thing they're going to tell them is go make a song go viral, and then we'll support it. Mm. You're not signing to a label to get because you got to earn their support, because it's not like they're earning that money for, like, you know what I'm saying? They're not signing you and you're like, I bet I'll give you 80%, but you got to earn the 80%. No, they're taking 80% regardless.
Sure.
But they're telling you, oh, we'll sign you, and we'll support your record, but you got to make something go first, so go earn it. It's like, that's not what so it should be vice versa. Like, you only get this money if you earn it too.
What's funny is you've already earned it.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's what my point is being. Like, bro, you could look back at interviews. Jordan Lucas did an interview where he said, and this is facts, labels will give you $1 million. You won't see that million, right? You'll get a portion of that, right? And then the rest of it will be marketing budgets. No, it'll be budget. So like, let's say if I give you $1 million, first of all, it's a loan that's taxed. Loans aren't supposed to be taxed, but it's a loan that's taxed. So you only getting half of that, right? But then you're not getting half of that. Out of that half that's left, you're probably going to get $100K. The rest is going to go towards the budgets, the engineering budget, da-da-da. But they have to be approved by the label. But the portion that you signed doesn't have to get approved. They taking that regardless. Right. If it's a business transaction, why the money that you're supposed to give me, I got to get a yes from you? I signed for this money. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So now you're waiting mad long to get, like, you have to be told. He said that he had a flight booked to do a song with Eminem, and he said, yo, I need a first-class flight to go to Eminem. They told him no.
What? And it's his money. That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, like, that stuff I'm not okay with. Like, I'm not okay with I'm not okay with not being in control of the business that I built. And I understand that there's certain ceilings you're gonna hit, and I'm gonna figure out those ceilings, and I'm gonna delegate, but I'd rather build my own ecosystem of people that are passionate and love.
Yeah. Like you said, I'm signed to the people. I'm signed to the people. You fundraise your album. Now you can say, if I need that first class ticket, I'm taking it from this budget that I raised myself. So is that where?
If I want to raise $100K in a month, my fans will do it.
What do you know about like distribution deals?
Distribution, I've never done one, but I know that the way with distribution deals is that you give them a couple records, they give you money up front, but then they own the record for a couple months until they recoup, and then they give you the records back. That's how they do it.
Really? So it's like almost like a lease on your record.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, same thing. It's like they're like, because your record you might take that money and then you're promoting the record and it might do more, so they'll get more. Let's say your record starts booming out of nowhere. For a couple of years, you're not seeing no money from your record. So it depends. Like, music can be real estate. I'm not against selling your songs or stuff like that. I look at music like real estate. I look at music like certain songs, you know how music works, bro. Like, certain songs, there's higher months, there's lower months, depending on how you push it, right? So to me, when you build a catalog, all those songs are little properties. And you might collect $200 here. You might collect $1,000 here. You might collect $5,000 here. But the more you put out, ends up adding up eventually. And then the more time passes, if you market all your songs online, you could up how much your real estate
think about it even beyond that, because you just, bro, opened some shit up for me. Even it's true, because now it even becomes about where you own the real estate. Because like, say if you have EDM records or R&B records, genres fluctuate. Like, hip-hop 3 years ago was the number one genre. Now it's coming down. A lot of Latin's going up. Country is going up. Yeah. So this actually might be good for me also, because I'm in the phase of my artistry where I'm just trying to discover my sound. So I put out like house records. I'll put out Latin records, hip-hop, R&B, right? If you strategically just I'm going to put out 10 R&B songs and I'm going to do this album. Or like Drake did Honestly Nevermind, it's an EDM, right? That's where the strategy becomes, I'm going to just own property in these different locations, which are the genres.
You guys, it's about how you shift your mindset.
Damn, bro, you just opened some shit up for me, bro.
Yeah, bro. I tell people that all the time. Like, I'm like, bro, this shit, there's no rules to this shit. Like, even like promoting old songs. I hate when people give up their, this is a social media thing, or like a caring about what people think thing. Like, you know how many comments I get when I promote a song and they're like, this song's old. Why do you keep posting this? I said, this is my real estate. You know what I'm saying? These are parts of my catalog. Like, if I promote one song, you telling me that instead of doing $1,000 this month, it's going to do $2,000 because I posted these videos, I'm going to make my real estate go up. They're not thinking of it from a business standpoint. They're also not thinking of it like, bro, like, unless my song got 8.3 billion fucking streams, it's new to somebody. Gang.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like your opinion, it might be new and old to you, but you are not the end all be all.
Bro, and I'm guilty. I was just telling Rich about that. I'm like, yo, we dropped a project last year and somebody on my story responded, yo, when's the mixtape coming out? I'm like, girl, it's been out for a whole year. But that's my fault. I even said like, damn, if you don't know that the mixtape is out, that's my fault as a marketer for not telling you.
Yeah.
So you got to show this shit love.
Yeah, and I'm the king of reposting old content because to me personally, there's no rules to it anymore. There's a video that I post that for some reason, I don't know if it's how I said something in it, whatever. Every time I post this video, bro, it does like crazy views that makes the stream of the song go up on Spotify every single time. So to me, the way I look at it is like, I treat the Reels page like a spam page. I keep what I want you to see on my homepage, and that's clean. That's when people come in, they're like, oh,
that's the magazine.
That's just who he is.
Yeah.
The real shit is like a spam. Like, that shit is not, there's no aesthetic there. There's no. It's me. Like, you might see Twitch shit, vlog shit, music shit, podcast shit. That's just reeling in all the people.
But you posted on the Elijah the Boy page.
Elijah the Boy page.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Have you used trial reels?
Yeah, I have, but to me personally, I haven't seen too much success with them. The way that works for me is just spamming the Reels page and removing.
I met this one girl. Well, I had known her, but we were in Europe a couple months ago, and she was posting like 3 trial reels a day. But it was the same reel. She was just using it to test different hooks, and then once the trial reel that popped, she'll put it. Yeah, she was using it as a testing ground.
Bro, I really think that there's really no rules. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think there's no rules anymore. Like for every method that you might deem successful or not successful,
it works for somebody else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like it's just I really think the only method is who's trying more. I had this conversation with my girl's brother. Like, I was like, yo, bro, I was like, if you want to be somebody that's like putting themselves out there, you might think that somebody who's posting certain thing is cringy, right? But the thing is, if y'all doing the same thing, right? Let's say if you want to be an actor and he want to be an actor, but he's posting like content nonstop, even if it looks cringe to you, but you're not posting it, he gonna figure it out quicker than you're gonna figure it out.
Yeah,
because he's trying more.
Inputs and outputs.
Exactly. So I really think it's about who's trying more. Like, I genuinely believe that. Like, I know that some people think it's uncool to try. Like, I be telling this to my girl. Like, there's some people online that might look cringe, or they're like, yo, they don't have it, but they gonna figure it out eventually if they don't stop. Like, I don't know why people promote, like, when you growing up, they tell you, you could be a doctor, if you could do this, you could do that. But when it comes to content creation, it's like, oh. When it comes to like being an artist or being turned, they're like, oh, that's like the 1 in a million thing. But it's like, no, I believe in anything. If you continue to do it, eventually success will happen. Whether success is, you identify what success is personally to you. Like, success don't just mean millions of dollars and fancy cars and all that shit. It can mean whatever it can mean to you. Me personally, like for me personally, I felt like I've always been successful because I pay everything I do off my creativity.
Yes.
So that's a win to me. That's a win to me. That might not be a win to other people, but to me personally, it's a win to me. And I think people forget that you decide what's successful to you. Fuck what the world thinks. Like we said before, they're only thinking about you for a short amount of time. Like, you're not that important to them. So, but you are important to you. So make sure that the life you're building is what you love and what you envision. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's one thing. And another thing I like talking about is we're like climbing a mountain, right? Like, we're continuously climbing a mountain trying to get to the top of it, right? But I think what I'm learning as I got older is that I think that the thing that we don't realize that we love is the journey. I think that once you get to the top, eventually you're going to get tired of that view.
There's a new mountain to climb.
Yeah.
There's a new mountain.
So that's why I be telling people all the time, like, enjoy the process, because I feel like sometimes you're thinking about the end goal, but there's never an end goal. The finish line keeps moving the bigger you grow. Like, it's just what it is. That's how we are.
Well, that's the beauty. Like, the euphoria I get when I figure some shit out. Like, I'm struggling with some shit and I figure it out, bro. It's like the most euphoric thing in the world.
Yeah.
Imagine losing that shit. Like, imagine you figured everything out. Like, what is there to figure out?
What are you going to do? There's a reason why people who end up getting to like the end of money end up doing like a fucking nonprofit shit for no money. Yeah. Because they just want something to be passionate about.
Yeah, they're just doing side quests at that point.
Exactly. Because like, look at Will Smith right now. He's just doing whatever. Like, I think that it's just a point where you realize like the goal is being passionate about something. I feel like a life with no passion is just not it. You know what I'm saying? So once you have a passion, you discover your passion. And I didn't realize how much of that was an advantage for me. Like, I knew I wanted to do music at fucking 10 years old. So my direction of life and putting my reps in started at such a young age that I was able to get lucky enough to go viral at 19, turning 20. But if I discovered my passion at 19, 20, I might have not clicked it until way older. So I didn't realize a lot of people love to talk about luck. I don't believe in luck. I believe that you have to do certain things. Not that I don't believe in luck, but you have to, it's like a yin and yang thing. Like, you have to work. You have to do enough things to be in a position to get lucky.
For luck to hit. Yeah, you have to increase your luck surface area.
Exactly.
And every action you do will just increase. More posts, now is another chance to get lucky.
Exactly. So that's why I tell people, I was like, it's not that I'm lucky, it's that I'm trying so much that I will hope that I will hope I get a little fucking lucky, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think that's what people got to understand. So that's what I'm saying. Like, for me, I think one of the if there was an advantage that I ever had, it was the fact that I knew my passion at a young age.
Yeah, and then now you've got new passions. Like, again, we're still young. It's like I'm saying, bro. If you discover a new passion at 35, let's assume at 35 you want to be a lawyer now, right? let's just listen. You want to be a lawyer at 35.
I do be watching SUV all the time.
You know, if at 35 you say, I'm gonna go to law school, and you do the 4 years of law school, right? Yeah. And then at 40 you go and take the bar and you pass it. But now you're a 40-year-old lawyer, a rookie lawyer. Bro, you could do 20 years of being a lawyer, and then at 60 stop. You had a whole 20-year career, bro.
Yeah.
And then at 60 you want to be a new fucking lawyer or a new fucking whatever.
Yeah.
Bro,
that's why I get mad when Mickey calls me Unc all the time, bro.
Nah, bro. Listen, we're in a sandbox. The way I see life is like we're literally playing a game.
Yeah, bro.
We're literally playing a game, and there's NPCs, right? And there's side quests and adventures and main quests. Bro, just pick however you want to play the game.
Yeah.
If you want to play the game as an NPC, then by all means, that's not attractive to me, but I'm not knocking it.
Yeah.
I have an adventure, and I'm gonna hit that main quest, and I'm gonna level up the skills I need to be able to fight that big boss, whatever that is.
No, that's fire, bro. That's what it's about, bro. To me personally, there's a lot of things that I'm starting to like realize. Like, for me personally, like for example, this goals of ours is so important to us, right? It's like the forefront of our lives. You know what I'm saying? Like, we think about it every day. It's everything that we do is involved in this thing. The fitness, getting right, is all so that we can be in a
perform
position.
Good.
Yeah, exactly, right? But there's a side of it that I start to realize, like, it's not as big as we think it is. Like, for example, like, you ever meet somebody new and they don't even know about the music? Like, think about that guy that we just met right now. Like, this world of content and music, he don't know nothing about that shit, and he's probably having a great life.
Yeah.
But it's like, so it like sometimes when you zoom out at just your life, you start to realize, like, you're just like this.
There's so many worlds, and we're only playing this little corner of this fucking speck.
But to you, it's like the biggest thing. But in reality, it's like that's why it's like, it goes back to, like, Joe, just live it how you want to live it. Because in reality, you're just like this little person in this big ass world.
I like taking the window seats when I'm on flights, because I look out the window and I see how fucking little, and you see the little cars pass. I'm like, these fucking people, they have no idea how little this shit is. Like, we're just a little fucking speck of dust floating in the universe, and there's like 1,000 other planets next to us and shit. Bro.
It's crazy.
We're so insignificant.
It's insane. But that's what I'm saying. I think the best thing you could do, even being this little person, is chase a dream. I think it's like literally the waviest thing you could do, because you get to see it flourish, and you get to see your hard work come into reality. You know what I'm saying? It's so fly.
I gotta challenge you, because I told you I had notes, right? So I gotta call you out. You did a vlog the other day, months ago. My bad, not the other day. You said, "Yo, we're putting out 2 songs a month, and if I don't do it, call me a bitch."
Yeah, I'm a bitch. It's because, bro, like you said, like, I'm still learning to delegate, and I was so focused on hitting the 50K goal that it's been tough. But like, I'm glad that that's like a thing, because it made me like literally have an epiphany. Like, after my birthday, I was like, I spent so much money on camera equipment. I'm talking about, I got like 4 cameras, bro, and lenses, lighting. All these lights I have.
You have new shit.
I have the Amaran. I have a bunch of Amaran shit. And the thing I tell myself now is, like, bro, just bring the camera with you and hit record. Like, like even if it's not interesting, because sometimes we think our lives are not that interesting, like, but it's about how you put it out and about how you tell your story. Only you have your story, you know what I'm saying? And only you know how to tell it. And only you feel that connection to that story that you're able to put it out to the world. So for me, that is something I decided to do now because, yes, I do want to put 2 vlogs out a month. I do want to let them in. I do want to do so much stuff, bro. I just want to build up the Elijah the Boy brand overall, not just, and that's why I've been working so hard on changing my image up, losing weight, being in the gym, like changing my style up and being more, just letting them in on that journey because I want to feel like the elevation is elevating, you know what I'm saying? But it starts with content, bro. I know people get like, bro, I'm a broken record when it comes to talking to my homies about content. I'm like, bro, y'all don't understand. Y'all have a fucking gateway ticket that ain't gonna cost you no money that can literally change your life. Like, I am a person whose life got changed by content and putting myself out there. So I tell people all the time, like, bro, like I just post whatever, bro. Like whatever you feel comfortable of as being a representation of you, just put that shit out, and that can change everything for you. So that's kind of what I'm on, and I'm not gonna be a bitch next month.
2 songs next month. Let's do it. I'm gonna join the challenge, so I gotta put the music out, bro.
Nah, I got, you know what's crazy? I got like 70 songs on my I just don't put them out because I don't know, bro. Like the thing is, I still fall back into my old ways sometimes when I be thinking like, yo, I need certain things to look a certain way. But I think it's because now that I fell in love with cameras, it's like I want to put in that aesthetic vibe. But now, honestly, bro, now it's just about just posting. Like I'm I'm at the forefront of just going outside, recording, and just filming a piece of content. Like right now, I might just film me rapping in this bitch later after the interview.
Hell yeah, do it. Yo, I want to make a song. We got to get in the studio together.
Yeah. Like Audit told me you recorded with him
a bunch of times. Yeah, I recorded 3 songs with him.
Yeah, that's my guy. Shout out Audit, man.
Yeah, Audit's a beast. We'll definitely have to find some time, maybe get in the studio, some shit, make something happen.
Yeah.
Yo, but there we have it, man. Elijah the Boy, one of the GOATs. I honestly think I wouldn't even compare you to Russ. I would think you're probably Russ before Russ was Russ. Low key.
Like I think me and him kind of came out at similar times, and I do get compared to him a lot. I think it's because I push independence to the forefront so much. But shout out to Russ, because Russ actually commented on my stuff and showed me love. So shout out to Russ. Did he?
That's fire.
Yeah, shout out to Russ. I did a 315 Breathe remix, and he was like, yo, thank you for doing this. This is fire. So we spoke a few times.
Yeah, he does the same play as you. He does the whole, he goes to like bars and he'll rent that out and he'll do like listening parties at the bars. Have you seen him do that?
You see what I'm saying? But these are people who
already made it. Yeah. Well, made it, I guess. But even if like you go like overseas, some people still don't know who Russ is. A lot of people still, like my cousins don't know who Russ is, for example.
Yeah, but I think that there's never, like you said, the definition of making it is different to other people.
Exactly.
Like I'm pretty sure in compared to his life before, he's like looking at this shit.
He's
like,
made it.
Yeah, like he's a multimillionaire, so he's chilling. But I think that it's just about how you, what you value. You know what I'm saying? Like what you value and what you want to push forward. Like for me personally, I don't value showing off in the clubs and letting people in. Like I think that's one thing. Like even if I have certain things and stuff like that, I don't value making them my identity. Like some people, like they value showing, look at me, look at me, look at me. I don't really value like showing what I have and stuff like that. I think this part of my life, I really value experiences, connections, and building. That's like the things I value currently. Like, so.
That's money. We can close it out there, man. Like I said, you're one of the pioneers as
you.
Far as independent artists go. You're definitely somebody I idolize, and I try to follow in your footsteps as somebody who's already done it. And you've already blazed or trailblazed it. Yeah. I just got it. Literally, you're making it so easy for everybody that's coming behind you, bro. You're showing us the blueprint. So
you could do it, bro.
I speak for all independent artists when I say thank you, man. Keep doing your thing. And if you don't know who Elijah the Boy is already, I promise you in the next 3, 5, maybe even 10 years, you will know who this man is.
Yes, sir, Skate.
Let's close it out, baby. Good shit, my boy. Yes, sir.